play.
Of course he did.
An ongoing investigation.
Why would it be anything but?
What the potential penalties are for him. It's if convicted of those charges, it's a minimum of 2 years in prison, maximum of 20 years. So again, not to lose focus or anything here, somebody lost their life. The Raiders put out a statement as well, saying they're aware of the accident. They're devastated by the loss of life, and the thoughts go out to prayers to the victim's family. So again, just a
good. Oh my God, it actually worked the first time.
When the Raiders were
I didn't have to reset it.
Is this Streamlabs?
Yeah, it's Streamlabs.
Yeah, and obviously football, the last on the minds.
Yes, I just haven't gone to get him yet. Wow.
I think it's key, once again.
That's incredible. That car was like wrecked.
Yes, sir.
Wrecked. What's up, Trayton?
He's the only one here.
Yeah. He's just waiting.
He's
Waiting to gamble.
He's the only one interested. Does Triton fantasy?
No.
So Triton's just being a good supporter.
Yes. Yep. Always.
Well, wait a minute. You're the leader of your own...
Yeah, I had to reset it. So when I reset it, that's what happened. So I think what I'm going to do
Triton,
is...
you better beat him out.
Well, if you look, I reduced the points too.
Oh, max points or something?
Yeah, see the max points up here? They were 1,000. I put it down to 300.
Is it because you didn't want Triton to be in the lead anymore? You felt bad?
No, but there are other people who have hit the tip jar, and there are other subscribers where
I hear
1,000 points.
I hear what you're not saying.
1,000 points was like that boss that you could never really beat on your own because it was really meant for like a 4-player challenge, and you keep trying to do it by yourself. So Duke Mom.
Hi and bye.
Duke Mom's like traveling. Duke Mom's like on the move. Her husband's like a pretty good car driver. They run like a big circuit.
Oh, right.
Dirt track.
Yep. I remember you telling me that.
All right. It was like...
Oh, crap. You can't make noise.
What? No noise. No noise.
It
what's the other
says-
thing I'm missing right now? The other thing I'm missing is...
I don't know.
I need to call up one more screen. Point spread. Just get myself set up while everybody rolls in here. Oh, look at Nicholas Botello's in the house. Did you hear about Stella the other night when we went to that dance?
No.
Stephanie's
Are you talking about the old costume?
The what?
The costume they gave her dandruff? That's not the story.
No, when we went to her...
Yeah, I know.
Her
but
dancing
wasn't she
there?
like an M&M and the shoulder pads dissolved?
Oh, that was my mother.
No, that
Oh.
was her mother. So Stephanie's like, hey, do you know who's playing the music at the dance? And I was like, yep, DJ Daddy in the house.
Did
It
you
was
use
hilarious.
DR system?
I was supposed to use their brand new Bose sound stick.
And then...
Guess who didn't leave it for me?
What do you mean leave it? Where was it?
Not at the school.
Interesting. So that would be
So,
Douglas?
yes. He must have forgot to leave it.
So would you come home and get an Eon and go back?
No, luckily they had a few more. They have multiple speakers. Do you know they still have Joe Dunham's Eons floating around that school? They use
Tell
one.
me that's what you use.
I did. They use one in phys ed, and they use one, like the cheerleaders have one that they keep in the spare closet.
Wow.
And I used the one from the spare closet, and that thing was fire.
Well, I mean, they don't make things like
No
these.
rattling, no nothing. That thing was solid. Solid.
Maybe we just abuse ours.
Yeah. I don't know, though, man. Those speakers took a lot of abuse.
They did, but maybe they've been fixed since.
Joe fixed one because the switch is like a regular silver toggle switch. It's not the nice one.
Self-powered, right?
Oh, yeah. It was like the original
Yeah.
self-powered Eon. Ooh, we got 6 people. What's going on, Brian K? Hello again. Let's see, what do we got here? Perfect. Oh, and I had an email I wanted to open up.
About?
It was from the Insider. And they... Oh, that's not what I want. They, Come on. Nope. Why is this not connected? Disappointing.
I don't understand what this means, but Triton says that he doesn't like when football is played on ice.
He thinks football's played on ice. That's how much he knows about it. I think that's his point. That's funny.
I mean,
Hey, Max.
hockey is a lot like football on ice.
Hockey is.
Although I do feel like
kind of like.
basketball, soccer, and hockey are the same game. At least football is a different game.
So, basketball, soccer, and hockey.
Are the same game.
I can make the connection of hockey and soccer.
It's all
sort
go
of,
back and
but-
forth and get something in a net.
Oh, and get something in the net. Okay. Well, yeah, then you're right.
They're the same
That's
game.
exactly what it is.
The same game.
Welcome,
At least like
everybody.
baseball and football have different rules. The game's a little different.
Wow. The Rams waited to Shawn Jackson, huh?
Hey,
Oh.
are we
Sorry.
starting this?
Yeah. I'm just.
Or are you gonna just start randomly
Well,
squirting
I'm
out
like
information?
when I called up my feed, this was the last. These were the last two things
All it-
posted up here.
all it
So
means
they
to me,
just posted that.
all
Wow.
that just Shawn Jackson being waived means to me is pick up Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
Because if he's gonna be a boom or bust touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Costa Mom.
So what's going on? Costa Mom in
And
the
she knows
house.
my name.
She does know your name. Yes, today. Listen, today's November 2nd. We all know what happens at the end of the month, right? We all know what happens at the end of the month. We take that reset button and we go and reset.
So this is your first. Yes. You
So this is the first. Yeah, this is the first stream of the month. So this will be it.
So
I am
the first thing we usually talk. What are you doing? Are you ready
gonna
to
grab
start?
some water. Yeah, I'm thinking about a beverage. We'll see.
She bringing me them
Snacks.
pretzels that are a mistake because then I just eat the whole bag.
Ah!
I purposely bought them for today, and I hid them in the snack cabinet so he couldn't see them.
Yeah, I haven't really had time to go through the snack cabinet anyways, but
I mean, don't look at the brand. We're not sponsored by Stanford
there's
yet.
no sponsor there, but happy Thanksgiving, maybe?
I mean, yes.
Almost.
I'm gonna end up needing to get a drink.
So like,
Probably
do
gonna
I
get a
start?
beer.
Do I
But-
decorate for Christmas and then like not turn on my lights until after Thanksgiving?
You buy an inflatable turkey and bridge the gap.
I cannot have an inflatable turkey. It'll blow away in my yard.
It may.
I have
Because your
like,
yard is legit
I have
crazy.
tiny tornadoes in the yard.
You do.
Yes, you do. All right.
Have you ever seen the? I saw you guys last
Fancy
time, and I
baggage.
made the bowl, but I don't know if you
Need the-
actually
the
saw
bowl.
it.
She makes a bowl. Show them the bottom. Like, I don't know if you can see the bottom. She like shoves it up and then it stands all on its own.
Well, it stands if you made it even,
Well,
like I
sorry.
did not. There we go.
Could be the table too.
Thank you.
Absolutely not.
That's
Yes, so Triton's Christmas lights are already on. He has programmable lights.
I mean, the most program mine are is turn on at 5 o'clock.
We don't even have
Yeah.
that. We're not remember to go turn the extension cord.
I'm sure Triton's got one of those like ones that dances to music or something.
Oh
wacky.
yeah, and he's got like video for it and stuff. He does an awesome job.
I don't
He's
got that
been-
kind of time.
He was given like almost like a tutorial the other night, like a crash course in like how he programs it. It was intense. I give him a lot of credit because it takes a long time.
You know what's crazy? I bet Triton doesn't even like do anything remotely like that for his professional job.
I don't know. Yeah, he probably. It could be just his hobby. He's really good at it. All right, so
It's like the sound equipment. People are like, "How do you know how to do that?" I'm like, I don't really know.
Lindsay, could I bother you for her leash and collar?
oh, very nice, Max. Very nice.
Yeah, it's all attached.
Hey, CeeLo. Yeah, you guys are in trouble, man. If you're a Tennessee fan, so I guess this is where we're going to
Sorry.
we're going to start.
Bad throw.
Sorry.
Wait, we're supposed to start with Patriots and how they
So-
beat the Chargers.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that's right. The Patriots did beat the Chargers.
I have a list of how we've been doing this every week.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's the first thing is the Patriots recap.
See what I'm doing here? Guess what's not there? Trackpad.
What is that thing? Is it your iPad?
Yeah, it's my iPad, but
Why
I have,
doesn't it
a,
have a track thing?
I have a keyboard for it because this is only like magnetic. So
This is like
I
ghetto.
don't know.
You need a better one.
At the time, it was the most expensive one they had. So
better use that stylist, man. All right.
Hey, Lisa T. So, Patriots news, right? Oh, Patriots recap. That's what I like. Patriots recap. So in what I say is surprising news, or very awesome news, the Patriots did win against a very good team.
I was shocked.
So, stroke of luck? Or have they actually figured it out? Because that offense looked terrible for the most part, but got it done when it counted. Fourth quarter, they had like a 6.5 minute drive. They were getting the ball. They weren't going out of bounds. They were actually staying in bounds, so the clock stayed running. They had good points, you know.
What I found interesting is I really thought it was the offense looked serviceable, and the defense came through. I mean,
yes,
Justin Herbert was like legit afraid of Matthew Judon. Like it was like this terrifying man that was running to get him all the time.
I was terrified at first because when the first drive of the game, the Chargers had the ball and they just pushed the defense right down the field. And I was like, oh no, here we go. The offense came out and did an okay job. They were like, all right, it was kind of like a call and answer. Then the defense came out a second time, got pushed down the field yet again. I was like, oh, we're in trouble because this offense cannot get into a shootout. And then, I don't know, the Patriots did just enough to like nip at their heels until the end of the game.
I was dying.
I was like,
I cannot believe
oh,
this
no.
is what's happening.
Right? So
I felt like I wouldn't count this as like a turnaround for the Patriots. I think they really just got like a who's everybody's favorite? Everybody in the chat might have a different answer than us. I really feel like they just game planned specifically for the Chargers, which is what we usually did
I would say sure.
And they did well, but I don't think that it's a matter of like, wow, we really figured it out.
No, there was 100%. There was no magic like Belichick did not get on his grease board. And,
why is Mac Jones always bleeding from his chin?
I think so.
Does he just have like a young boy zit under there?
No, that used to happen to Tom Brady a lot too. What happens is on the inside of the chin strap, it's just rubbing.
Yeah, but isn't it like terry cloth on the inside?
No.
Why don't you put a piece of terry cloth?
Wow, that's why guys like even Tom Brady for a long time, and I think he still does now. If you look, you got almost like a piece of like cloth or gauze in there to stop it. Why Mac doesn't do it, I don't know.
He's just always bleeding.
He is always bleeding. Let's see if that was it. Nope, that's not it.
There was also like a lot of mistakes on behalf of the Chargers. They probably thought it was going to be an easy win, and they really didn't take it seriously.
I would say.
So,
I don't know. I mean, I'll take the win. I think
it wasn't.
I've got to look through the chat, but I think CeeLo was like, Mac Jones steal the draft. I would say at this point, yes.
CeeLo did say that.
I would think he is. At least, I mean, and
the
there is
anyway.
bias anyways because we're Patriots fans to a certain degree. But I would say out of the quarterbacks from that class, from his draft class, he has probably been the steal of the draft.
So far,
but only like halfway through the season. I mean, if he just tanks and poops himself, you know what I'm saying?
Think about the amount of playtime that he's had over some of the other rookies. It's hard to. I mean, like Zach Wilson's had about the same amount of time, and Trevor Wilson.
He's been a big
Trevor Lawrence.
Bag of wind.
Right. But, I mean, if you're putting him up against, like, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, they have, like, completely different situations where they haven't had the full attention of the coaching staff.
Yeah, and they play in totally different systems. Mechanics-wise, their systems are totally different,
I don't think that he'll end up being the steal of the 2021 draft. But I think that for now, he's definitely...
I think right now...
Out of the quarterbacks, he's definitely the best one that came out. I think that there are definitely maybe other positions that you might qualify as the steals, and we might not know them yet based on the fact that the quarterback position is so thin.
Very thin.
Versus...
Extremely thin.
Right. There's time for the other positions to go in and develop.
Yeah.
Except for
and
tight tight end's kind of weak.
You can even look at some of the veteran quarterbacks and lump them into the thin category too. Because there's a bunch of them that are just like blowhards this year.
I am terrified that the 32 people...
Thank you, Triton.
The 32 people that I see are the 32 best people in the world. Like, we can't find anybody better than these people that are playing quarterback.
Where are you all? Where have you all gone?
Nobody else? Come on.
Oh, man. What is wrong with you people?
It's like... It's a
Oh,
joke,
that's awesome.
you know?
Wait.
But anyway.
Saban said some interesting things about a conversation with Belichick. I believe that. He's kind of an interesting guy.
I was listening to our local sports radio up here, and they were complaining about... I don't know, have you been listening on your commute? Because that's probably all you get.
That's the only time I get it. It's my commute, so...
Did you hear
I've been listening to EI a lot, because that's the one that comes in the best.
Did you hear any of the comments about Belichick and taking the fall for the challenge flag that failed? And how they think it's Patricia that threw it and he's just protecting it?
Yes.
Which he never does for anybody?
That led... I heard that, and then I heard on the way home today, they were discussing how this is very reminiscent of like 2001, and now even the way he's addressing the media is very similar to that. So now it's quite clear that even he thinks, even though he won't come out and say it, you know, the
Isn't Triton a stream boss?
what? He should have lost. Who should have lost points? I don't know. Yeah, so everything's reset. I reset everybody to 0, but you all gain 100 points as long as you're chatting. You're all gonna gain 100 points every 5 minutes, I think. So, that to me gives me a little bit of hope. Because we know what happened after 2001. So, I mean, I don't expect Mac Jones to be the next Tom Brady.
No.
But I expect the team to perform at least to some level that resembles their success. Or at least come close. You got to get to like 70% of that. I think. So,
I actually have faith for their future with Mac Jones, being that he's not Tom Brady. That they won't be such a one-way offense.
You can see it now.
Although I am a little bit terrified about how much we're relying on Damian Harris right now.
Well, but he is.
He's
kid's
great.
A beast.
Yeah.
I would like to see them have Mac throw down the field a little bit more. Just let him go.
No.
Like,
No. Do you watch these men miss the ball?
Wow.
Then we need not throw it further and let them try.
That is very true.
It's not Mac.
No, it's not. When that typically, he is, believe it or not, he's actually fairly accurate. Even when he's...
He doesn't even look like he's throwing it too fast. Sometimes it's like they throw it too fast, they throw it too low. Like in the beginning, he was like real low.
He's there.
It's them.
So, but even on his misses, if you look where his misses go, his like overthrows or underthrows, it's like either at their feet or directly over their head.
Yeah, he's close.
And everybody's going to have a bad throw.
Right.
Which tells me that the good throws that aren't being caught is probably like 80% the receiver just not catching the dang ball.
It's definitely, I mean, I was hoping that by the trade deadline, we would have caught N'Keal Harry out.
Yeah.
For like something.
Yep.
Even
I was hoping to see him go today too, but...
But I mean, like, who's our best receiver right now? It's supposed to be
Myers?
Aguilar. Myers?
Maybe?
I would have said Myers before last week. He missed so
know.
many catches last week. Kendrick Bourne catches every ball that's thrown at him, but we only throw him like 10% of the ball.
Right, like here's one ball this quarter, one ball next quarter.
I don't know if he got sticky tape on his hands, but he needs to give the other one some notes or something.
Yeah. Well, but you know what, though? Even when he was out in the 49ers, he always had great hands.
But Aguilar, Vaughn, and I mean, maybe Myers will become better, but they are not alpha receivers. They're not.
No. God, no.
I think that's where the weakness lies in the Patriots offense
Yeah.
now. I think it's because we didn't know what we were going to get with Max, so you can't really, like, go all in on everything else. So Belichick's like, hey, let me call in all these, wide out twos and see where I get.
I was kind of hoping that
Hoping somebody...
they packaged, like,
I want-
Harry and, like, one of them for, like, a horse. You know?
I want them to get your pal in there that ripped his abdominal muscles last year. Deshaun Jackson.
Oh. Why not?
Another crap hole.
He just got released. Might as well bring him in. He's
Yeah,
probably
right.
really cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we do here.
Or maybe the Raiders will bring him in now that they don't have Ruggs. But anyway, I was thinking that they're going to pick up somebody.
They do have to pick up somebody.
They won't now. Trade deadline's gone.
No, trade. It's
Now
over
they're
at
just
what,
gonna-
like 2 or something like that, right?
4 o'clock
Yeah.
Eastern. Now they're just going to be sweeping up everybody's trash. What we're good
Take
at.
out the papers and the trash.
We're literally... We'll probably pick
Bring
up
him
Henry
to the
Ruggs.
Patriots for
He's
next
ours now.
week. Yeah, Henry Ruggs.
He'll be
Come
ours.
on.
He'll be ours until he goes to jail.
Another convicted felon. We seem to breed those around here.
Not convicted yet.
Oh, he's gonna be.
Yeah, but we could play him for
The
one.
dude just torched somebody.
Let's give him $500,000. He's not worth as much as Antonio Brown. So we'll
That
give
is
him
very
$500,000.
true.
We'll play him for
That's
one
very
game.
true.
He can get 1 touchdown and
He can get
there
1 touchdown.
is. Last touchdown
Yeah.
of his whole career.
Man, this is gonna be a. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to log in, but I can't. For
To what?
Reason. My Google account. I don't know.
For
I gotta
your
get the
Google account
password.
for what website? I need.
Just in
What
general.
can I look up for you?
I want to get onto like YouTube because it'll be easier for me to follow the stream here, but so.
Anyway, so that was the Patriots. I don't expect much from them in the future.
No, what
But-
is their schedule going forward?
I'm gonna look that up right now. How about that?
Oh, look at that! So now I am totally not signed in to YouTube, but I Google search Touchdown Tuesday, and it's like the number 3 thing that came up in my search feed. That's great.
Well, how about that?
Perfect. Like YouTube. Uh
We're so
But I need to turn it down or else it's gonna feedback. So there we
We're
go.
so popular that 10 people want to watch us.
That's right.
Terrifying.
I like it. I'll
Well,
take
if you
those
like
10
football,
over at
you're
300.
Your Tuesdays are pretty boring, so I guess
They
you're probably
could be,
looking for
right?
anything you can get. And
All right.
yes, I'm gonna keep eating and talking to you the whole time.
That's okay.
She's
I
in the
did it all
bathroom.
last week too.
She won't come out.
So
Give her a minute. She's coming. What's the matter? Your daughter's calling you.
yes.
All right. You want to look up the Patriots?
I'm ready.
No.
Yes.
What? Wait.
What do they
am I
have coming
looking
up? The
Oh, their
Carolina Panthers.
You need some more?
That's gonna be fun. Stephon Gilmore's playing
at?
already.
Yay.
The Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
The Atlanta Falcons.
I like that game.
You're not gonna like these two.
Oh.
The Tennessee Titans.
Nope.
Although it may be better without Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, we may have a chance.
Buffalo Bills.
Nope. Don't like that game for sure.
Bye week.
Hmm.
Indianapolis Colts. Buffalo Bills again.
Ugh.
And then finally week 17, the
The
Jacksonville.
Jets, of course.
No, Jacksonville.
Oh, we played them the last week? Really?
We've already
Is
played
that
the
home
Jets
or away?
twice. Home.
It's going to be home, right?
Yep.
Well, that could be advantageous to them.
Yeah, unless they figure out what they're doing by then. I mean, and by they, I mean the Jaguars.
You're saying I need a defense.
Wow.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. So
You
the producer's asking about a defense from the other room.
You need a defense.
So,
Because Tampa Bay is on a bye.
Triton, that is not a healthy snack for my
You
marathon
need-
training.
The Miami Dolphins against the Houston Texans.
Eleanor, what's
On the
happening?
Dolphins? Are they available?
Yes, they are. But I would accept also the Steelers in our league.
Entry. Come on. Alright, how do I do this again?
Well, do you need to put? Do you really want to put in a waiver, or do you just want to take whatever
So,
you get tomorrow?
Oh, I'll just take whatever I can get tomorrow.
Mm.
Alright. So that's tomorrow.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's still.
yeah, Brian, that's literally what's going to happen.
Yeah, because I've been looking
Yep.
at a few of these.
2 losses to the Bills in 3 weeks.
A
That's-
1 week rental.
Yep.
To go back. Who's your defense that you have now?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'd keep them.
Alright, so I'll just grab somebody.
tomorrow for a 1 week rental.
All
You're
right.
doing well anyway. I wouldn't worry about my defense score for 1 week.
What is the
I'm in 6th. I'm doing well.
Yeah, but look at where you are.
I don't know what they're doing.
Because she's
They're doing
She's
something fantasy in our league.
4-4, so she's in 6th out of.
Oh yeah,
But
she's doing good.
4 of us are 4-4. I mean, if you win, and the rest of us 4-4 lose, you go all the way up to 4th. It's better than Anthony.
Poor Anthony.
All right. We're
Sorry.
supposed to talk about something, right?
Yes. So next up on the list.
Injuries and news.
Ooh, injuries and news. The news. Oh, it's the news. So injuries. The most notable one's gonna be Derrick Henry.
Yes. Derrick
Not
Henry.
not to say that nobody else is noticeable, not noteworthy, but so for me, Noah Fant, that's gonna be a problem.
Well, then we just go down the list.
Noah Fant tested positive for COVID, so he's probably going to miss this week, which means I'm in our league going to have to stream a tight end.
He's
Wow.
well. It's Sunday. It's a Sunday game. He could clear it by then if he's vaccinated.
Need to produce. Oh, he must be because he's going to produce a negative test within a day, 24 hours of the game.
Yeah, so it's possible.
So he must be vaccinated.
A lot of them have been. Some
Yeah.
of them haven't.
Ooh, Scotty Miller's been cleared for practice.
I don't care.
I may bench him
You have
because.
Scotty Miller.
Huh?
You have Scotty Miller.
No. I'm saying I may pick him up because I'm going to have to drop Ruggs.
Oh, is
We'll get to Ruggs in a minute.
Is Renfro available? I'd rather have him. I'd rather have Brandon Ayuk.
I have Renfro in one of mine.
Anywho, yeah.
Anyways.
Deshaun Jackson released by the Rams.
Yes. So, if you are looking for a
Somebody's
cheap
gonna pick him up. And
old guy,
He's gonna be trash, so don't chase the
He
fool's
is.
gold.
I would not pick him up.
But I would hope that you listen to me to pick up Logan Thomas and put him on your IR if you had room, because he's probably coming back, and he's going to be in a field of very slim pickings in tight ends. He's going to be worth your time, and he's immediately going to throw Ricky Seals-Jones out of his job.
Yep. 100%. That's going to happen. What is...
Tevin Coleman, I don't care because Michael Carter's been doing awesome, and the Jets would be insane not to keep him.
The Jets would be very much insane.
What you need.
Nothing, just kind of
Okay.
scrolling back.
This is why is this news
I don't know.
that Gabriel Davis scored a touchdown?
Coleman, Gabriel Davis. Oh, because it's his first trip to the end zone since week 1. That's why.
I don't
know
care.
why that's newsworthy, but
I don't care.
I would not chase after that either.
No, because it was just a matter of they shut down Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah. I don't know. And then I see Corey Davis is next. What did he do? Blocks another DNP.
I don't care.
Nah, nobody probably had Corey Davis anyway.
I was wondering what happened to Kadarius Toney because he was out of the game, then he came back in the game. Did you watch the game last night?
I did.
Insane. Watched
Yep.
the whole thing. Couldn't fall asleep.
He has a laceration on his hand.
Oh, did you see last night that I needed the miracle of Travis Kelce to
You
fumble?
did!
And then he did, and then he caught like 1/2 a foot more
Right.
touchdown, and he outscored me by like.
Damn it.
He literally outscored me by like less than half a point.
Oh, that's funny.
Little man bitch. I was like, is it too much to ask for him to fumble one more time? Or perhaps a negative yard?
What did you lose by, like 0.3 or
0.5.
something? 0.5?
Yeah. I was winning when he fumbled.
It's been a tough year in fantasy for some of the people in the league that we're in. That's not, and yours is not the first game to end like that.
No.
There's been like 2 or 3 games outside of yours that have ended in less than a point.
I started doing my weird Patriots superstitions, which apparently make the Patriots lose. So,
Don't do it no more.
Now I'm at this. Our friend Courtney can't wear any Patriots clothes.
Okay, that's a deal.
I have to buy cupcakes but never eat them. That's it. That's how they win.
The bane of being a Patriot
They're gonna
fan.
be there.
I
Anyway.
love
Kadarius-
this guy's name.
Well, he's out.
Yeah,
No, for the
he's
rest of the year,
out, but that's
probably.
hilarious.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney, I think he'll play because he played the rest of the game. This was a pretty serious gash, but without Kenny Golladay last week,
You got to put somebody in.
Sterling Shepard's out. Yeah, they're gonna put Kadarius Toney in, so I'm not really worried about his hand.
And I
He'll
was
probably
not
have a
impressed
few
with
days where he's
Sterling
not
Shepard when he
practicing.
was playing.
No,
He like booped himself.
well, they were on him like flies on sticks.
I know. All right, so Davis.
Don't care.
Nah.
Don't care.
The rest of that.
Don't care.
Who? Deshaun
Watson didn't go anywhere.
at all. I was
Sucks to
just
be
about
him.
to say they didn't. Nobody. He didn't get traded. He didn't get. Released. So it looks like Watson's staying in Houston.
And
So I'd
I
be
bet he's
curious to
staying
see-
in Houston until his civil and criminal cases are finalized.
Wow. So I read a news article from the Insider that said there's rumblings that they're going to be dismissed. At which point I would be curious, and they're supposed to be dismissed supposedly the next 2 weeks. So if those get dismissed, does he come back to play?
I thought he wasn't going to play.
I didn't think he was going to play, period, no matter what.
because he hates the Texans. He
Mhm.
did not want to play for the Texans. But
Here we are.
he's going to be a loser. You wait. He's going to come back every year and be like, oh, yeah, great. Someday maybe he'll end up on another team. Here's this great guy that's going to start. And he's been off so long, he's going to stink.
Right. He's going to be a big pile of turd.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
They didn't get,
Hey, Sam.
I don't think they got, what's his name? Tyrod back.
People compare him to Tyreek Hill there, I guess. I don't know.
People
I don't-
compare who to Tyreek Hill.
I'm assuming he's talking about Shepard.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Tyreek Hill is a million times better than Sterling Shepard, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if we put him in the same situation, give him a home.
No, there's no wig going on his head. You had to see it live. And if not, you can go back and watch the stream from Saturday. So,
You got lice?
yep. There you go. Look at
I
that.
hate your wig, man.
See? That's what I was saying, right? It's literally poking you in the eyeballs. Anyways,
You know, I'm just embracing my inner old lady.
so the biggest
Little
news,
influencer.
the biggest news we got
Wow. Didn't she tell me I was 14 or something?
She did.
Yes. Perfect.
would be,
Love that kid.
and if you have this guy, now's the time to drop him instantly.
Henry
Would be
Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs III. So for those of you that have not watched the
I don't know.
news,
How old do you think I am?
14.
Yeah, that's exactly how old I am.
he has gotten to Tony. He's saying Tony's like a Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah, he's...
That I could see. So Henry Ruggs got into a car accident, charged with DUI, and in the middle of this car accident, the accident was so violent it lit the other car on fire and killed the guy that was driving it, or the person.
And the minimum,
So-
it's a, like, you know...
It's a 2 to 20 year sentence with no chance of parole and no chance of a reduction in sentence either. So,
Let's see if Yahoo has updated, but it still hasn't projected the play.
when he goes to trial, and he's going to, unless he has some kind of smoking lawyer,
No way.
the guy's gonna go to jail. How many years? I couldn't tell you,
His career's over.
but his career is pretty much over.
Wow, they project him not for this week, but for the rest of them. You
Really?
didn't even bother. Even if you're not gonna, because it's gonna take a while
Yes.
to go through court and whatever. You think
Only
you would
because because the same reason Aaron Hernandez did. So up until the point where they actually go to jail, they're gonna play, because every game they don't play, they don't get paid. So this dude's gonna want to make as much money off of his contract as humanly
I
possible
mean, if there was a team
before he goes to jail.
if there was a team to play for and you were a loser like that, the answer is the Raiders.
I'm going to assume that he may, if you're lucky, he will play through the beginning of December before any sort of
Literally,
court stuff
Right now,
starts happening.
right now he's projected to play the rest of the season,
Mm,
except for this Sunday.
well, it depends. I guess, you know what? So if his attorney can do enough maneuvers to keep him from going to trial like right away, because I'm not sure how fast their criminal system is out there, like how fast they can process through the system. If his lawyer pulls some stuff and can keep him out of jail, he will play, unless the only thing that would bar that from happening would be as if the NFL stepped in and said, no way, dude, because you violated our code of ethics or whatever it was,
CeeLo says the Seahawk did the same thing and he played.
Yeah. So it really all depends upon when they start going to trial. So depending upon how fast the justice system moves, again, will determine how long he's really going to play for. So he can play from prison. Sure.
Yeah. What was that? The longest yard? So anyway.
Push me off the boat. So that's probably the biggest news today is the Henry Ruggs deal.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, if he is going to be available and he is going to be playing, I would be cautiously optimistic about him. Because so now this comes into the other side, right? So in most contracts, these guys have milestones they got to hit. So many catches, so many yards, so many touchdowns, right? They got to, report to so many practices. They got to get so many baths done. So,
I got a question for those guys first.
You have a. All right, so we're gonna stop for 2 seconds because the little influencer has a question for the subscribers. So go ahead. What's your question?
Does anyone know who this is?
Quiet voice.
Easy, indoor voice. Let's see if they know who it is.
I know who it is.
I don't even know who it is,
That's
to be
Rob
honest
Stark.
with you.
No.
Rob Stark.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, that's what
Yes,
it is.
it is.
I don't know what we're doing in the middle of the football
Wait,
stream
what is
here,
that?
but we're not doing football. We're taking a break.
I don't know what his superhero name is, but it's definitely Rob Stark.
No, it's not.
Oh, look it! I knew it was something.
What?
Dante Stallworth,
Huh?
2009.
Mom, what does it
That
do?
That's the
CeeLo.
answer.
That is
Well, what does
great.
it do?
So there's a thing on the bottom, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is the same thing.
Yeah, because they went to McDonald's.
Someone
And
from
I was
the
like, something's
Eternals.
gotta do
Is that
something.
correct?
Look it.
Costa Mom says it's somebody from the Eternals.
That's correct.
Correct.
Good job.
It starts with an L. That's correct, Costa Mom. It starts with an L.
Also known as Rob Stark.
Oh,
she
someone
got
got
it.
correct.
Costa Mom got it correct.
Good job, Costa Mom. That is correct.
All right,
Goodbye.
let's roll.
Bye, Dad. Love you.
Thank you.
Can I try? Can I try?
Costa Mom for the win.
Can I try, Mommy?
Costa Mom for the win. Costa
Can I look
Mom.
at this?
That's a whole lot of creepy.
Also known as
So cool.
Icarus.
All right.
Also
Um,
known as
Go.
Richard Madden. Also known as Rob Stark.
There we go.
My,
So they got to hit their milestones, right? So depending upon, and here's some more stuff to throw into the mix.
It's Team Wolf.
It's Team Wolf. So depending upon
He does have pretty bad
Costa
mutton
Mom got a
chops,
happy,
right?
got a happy meal as well. So depending upon how his teammates feel about him and the whole
It's
situation,
the Raiders. Again.
it does this, if they like him a lot and they're like, oh man, that that really stinks, we'll try to help you out, we'll throw you the ball a little bit more, we'll try to get you a couple extra touchdowns to get you to your goal, or are they gonna be like, dude, that stinks, you're on your own, like, good luck, I get, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different factors that come into him playing and what he's gonna do, so I would be cautiously optimistic with him going forward.
God help you if you needed him in fantasy football already.
Right, like seriously.
He's like a wide receiver 3
Mhm.
if he's on an on week. So maybe we're talking about this for no reason, but
We could be.
on a positive, I think that all the other receivers will benefit from it. AKA Waller. He will be a little more consistent because he'll get more targets. Hunter Renfrow would be more interesting to me. perhaps will allow Josh Jacobs to catch some balls again instead of Kenyon Drake.
Oh, CeeLo, that's interesting. We had him as a Patriot for a little bit before he got out there and that happened.
Tell me more.
Dante Stallworth. Do you know where was he charged and convicted? That was California?
I don't know, but
That was a long time ago. I
I
can't
want to talk
remember.
about how interested I was to hear. I haven't gotten to hear on the
Go ahead.
that Von Miller got traded to the Rams.
Von Miller did get traded to
It
the
doesn't
Rams.
come
That's
up
going to
yet.
make them exponentially better.
No kidding, right?
So
I saw that. I was like, "Are you?"
for those of
real?
you that have teams that play the Rams, I'm sorry. Because their defense is about to get really
They
nasty.
just upgraded.
Yep. And that really, and he went for what, like a pick next year, in next year's draft, right?
I think it was like second and third round.
A second and third round for
Which
next
is pretty
year.
high for
Yeah,
a
it's
32-year-old
not bad.
guy.
I
or
mean,
something.
but man, I don't know. That guy,
Him and Aaron Donald on the same team now.
if he doesn't make you better, then something's wrong with your system.
But you know what I thought?
Hey, Christina G.
I really thought with the return of
Hey, Shona.
what's his face there? Who's the receiver that like twisted his ankle in Denver?
Oh, Judy.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yep, Judy.
I thought that they were gonna try to. They have a pretty okay record. I thought they were gonna try to make a run for this year, but not if you're getting rid of like your best.
Not if
defensive
you're doing
player.
that. I don't know what they're doing, because I kind of get the feeling that they
And
were
why didn't
this
you,
year.
Why didn't you try to capitalize on what's his name, Melvin Gordon? Also, get rid of
Right.
him. If you're gonna just tank your team, just
Right,
get
well,
rid
that's
of all
what I'm
your
saying. I
assets
thought
and do
this
a
year they were
rebuild.
going to try to make a really good push to be a decent team, and now all of a sudden you're like, we don't need a defense or the best defensive player we have. We can just get rid of them.
He's the only chance you
It-
stood.
it doesn't
so
even make
have
sense.
a good time.
Makes 0 sense at all. Zero.
Yep.
What else you got over there?
Did you get confused last night and think that Derek Gore was like old man Frank Gore for a hot second, or that it was one of his like many grandchildren?
I
because
did
Frank
think it
Gore
was
like,
Frank Gore.
That's
I'm like,
Gore. Who
like-
the hell is? I'm like, is he playing still? He's got to be 38
well,
years
I
old.
was like, did they wheel him out there in the wheelchair? Because I literally thought it was Frank Gore, and I'm
And then I
like,
looked it up. I was like, Derek Gore. I was like, got to be his grandson or something.
or something, or like a nephew, or.
I was dying. I was like, really?
Oh, and actually, this will be because this CeeLo will appreciate this. Tennessee just signed Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Right? There's your new running back. Perfect replacement for Derrick Henry.
Well, he's got the same style of running as Derrick Henry. It's downhill.
He does. The only thing, you know what? If he did not have such a history of like being hurt so much, I would, and he wasn't as old as he is, I'd be like, man, that's a solid signing. But he's a little bit older now. He gets hurt a lot.
I think you'll see Jeremy Mcnichols, who was the backup. I think you'll see.
Who you should have picked up already.
I don't know what the answer is, because you know what I really feel is Jeremy Mcnichols is going to take all the first and second down snaps, and Adrian Peterson is going to be third and goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want third and goal line? Maybe. Maybe I do.
And I think Adrian Peterson is going to catch a lot of passes for them.
Hey, he's a good pass catcher.
So for those of you in a PPR league, he may be somebody to just keep an eye on the next couple of weeks.
But I think it makes like the other Titans a lot more interesting.
CeeLo says all day AP. I think it makes them dead. So they're an interesting animal now, because I feel like the Titans are they're like that team that's sort of on the cusp. They're like right there. They're kind of on the edge of the knife, where they're either going to be really good, and you kind of go like, all right, you're kind of legitimate, or they're going to fall the other way and be like, ugh, sorry. And I don't know if
They're going to die without Derrick Henry. They're not designed to not use him.
right. So I don't know if with all like these 2 or 3 different pieces at running back, if they can really have some semblance
Do you
of what
remember
Derrick Henry provided overall. I don't know if that's really
Remember when
gonna
Ryan
happen.
Tannehill played for the Miami Dolphins?
Do we?
Well, boy, are you about to see a repeat in Tennessee.
Yes, we are.
That is about what it's going to be.
What did you say?
But
The sergeant.
the receivers are a little better. So A.J. Brown and maybe Julio Jones still got some gas in the tank.
Maybe.
Maybe
Again.
not. But maybe.
Again, it's so you know what's funny? You know what
A.J.
I
Brown.
find
That's going to be about it.
You know what I find strange this year is this year seems to be riddled with a ton of injuries, which I can't help but think, believe it or not, is related to COVID. Because last year's season was really kind of like a hodgepodge season because of all the restrictions. So I don't think a lot of the guys got in what they would normally have gotten in years before. So I think physically their bodies are now still trying to catch up, and they're trying to play like 3 years ago when they really can't. So they're getting a little more hurt. And the other interesting part of the NFL is what happens when these guys get hurt. All these teams are calling like these guys who should really be like retirement. They're calling them all back, going like, "Hey man, can you run the ball
Did you
3
see-
feet for me next week on the goal line?"
They called Drew Brees.
Right.
The
That's
Saints
what I'm
called.
saying.
Oh, that we didn't even talk about that. Jameis tore his ACL. Pick up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get whatever. Taysom Hill.
Fly Taysom Hill.
But they called Drew Brees.
Seriously.
And he told him to pound top.
Yeah, of course.
And then did you hear today?
And they're not going to pick up Cam.
But did you hear today who made a statement about it?
No,
Phil Rivers said,
What'd he
if
say?
they call, I'll answer the phone.
he did not.
Swear
Really?
to God. Swear to God.
I mean, he ain't going to win you no Super Bowl trophy, but it wouldn't be a half
Good.
bad quarterback to have.
I mean...
But he's what, 40?
Yeah. But
45?
I might really enjoy if I was, say, maybe the Michael Thomas owner who's coming back.
CeeLo says, Tannehill's time to shine.
Yeah, no.
He's on the Tannehill train. I love it.
No, you know what? Tannehill is with you guys in that poisonous fog on your
Oh, man.
pirate adventure. That's what Tannehill's going to be.
Answer the call. That's right, Triton. You got to answer the call. But and those
Yeah,
were,
I heard that. Phil Rivers.
So those were
I don't
like,
know. No, but that was just Phil Rivers making a
New
statement
Orleans, yes.
publicly.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sean Payton will
Will
actually,
actually
call
call
him.
He
but
may not have a choice at this point. He's starting to slim pickings out there for a decent
Taysom did
quarterback.
really good without Drew Brees.
He doesn't. He even.
In fact, I like him better than Jameis.
He's done okay when he's been put in. He hasn't been terrible. Like, I don't hate him. I'm like, all right.
They had a winning record. They had a better record than we
They
did.
did. And
I would have rather have Taysom Hill than Cam Newton.
I think the kid has potential. I think he's just still kind of new. He's still kind of cutting his teeth a little bit.
He's
so.
a tight end who can throw the ball. That's what he is.
Yeah, I mean, he runs really well.
Right.
Really
so
well.
on a positive, I mean, you have high upside if you picked him up in fantasy to score with his legs. But
Yes.
he's just what terrifies me is that he's on concussion protocol, where some guys are
Well-
clearing it in a couple days. He's been out like 3 weeks or something, 4 weeks.
Has it been that long already?
Like, is he fragile? Did he get, so
He got his mush rattled.
but if he comes back in, or if he's like borderline ready to come back, and then you throw him in, and he's gonna get his butt whooped.
Right,
You know what
so
I mean?
right, so
he's
I was
gonna
gonna
go
say,
and get bashed around. Are they gonna want to do that to Taysom Hill when he's the only thing they've got left?
so what's the better option, that or Phil Rivers at?
Yeah, Phil Rivers.
40
They
years
don't
old.
care if he dies.
Right.
Put him out there.
Like-
Have a good time, bud.
What gives you a better chance to win?
I mean, I feel like it's a lateral move, but at least you're probably paying Phil Rivers less.
I had
And
not
if
heard that.
If
That's
he breaks his
incredible
leg,
to me.
who cares?
That's incredible to me that they're gonna. Well, Philip Rivers is like, yeah, I'll pick up the phone.
Yeah.
He's been retired for. Is this his first year retired?
Yeah.
Right. So he may still be in decent shape. Kind of.
He was.
Maybe they can call up like Tony Romo or get Troy Aikman out of the booth. I mean, if we're gonna start calling guys out of retirement,
Hey, what's Terry Bradshaw doing? He's only 78 years old. No?
Terry Bradshaw. Hey, look it's our friend Pete. Pete, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. For those of you that are here, Pete McDivitt, he has his own channel. So if you have not gone over there to subscribe yet, please do. He does a whole bunch of stuff. He's got Disney content. He calls all sorts of sports games. So he'll do football. He's doing baseball. He was doing the World Series the other night. So you got to go over and check his stuff out. He always has content creators on, and he does a fantastic job with the layout and the presentation in his show. So if you have not already gone over there, make sure you go over there and you hit that subscribe button and you hang out for a while and watch what he does. I think you'll be impressed. So now, I'm sitting here baffled. Phillip Rivers at however old, I'd have to look up to see how old he is.
I think he's 38.
Is like, dude, give me a call, man. I'll go and roll down to New Orleans. That to me is unbelievable. I can't even imagine.
My favorite podcast he's 39.
39.
My favorite
39
podcast
years old.
calls him P River.
P River. Well, at 39 years old, he may be peeing River out there.
He's like
He's
like a P River.
Jeez. So moving on. Von
Yeah,
Miller.
I don't
We
care
mentioned
about
Von
any of this
Miller.
other stuff.
I don't know. Zach Wilson's on there, but that's not much.
No, notable that I care about. I think we're
No,
about
Peterson.
that far.
Right? Yeah. So Will Fuller. I don't know.
And no, Wolf. Yeah.
You should expect. So, like for me, I have Davonte Adams in one of my leagues. I would expect that he's going to come back this week. I'm assuming he's going to clear COVID
Well,
protocol.
when you just said
so.
Will Fuller, I thought you were going to say Devonte Parker is more worth your time.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. So that is when I was going to mention Devonte Parker when we get into the guys you should think about if you do not have them already and you need somebody to come off the bench.
He's got to be like really highly owned. But anyway. Oh,
he's available in our league.
do you know what I heard? So I'm reading that Chris Carson is planned to return after the bye week.
Yes.
But I heard that he might not come back for the whole season.
Wow, really?
Yep. Because it's a neck injury.
Yeah, oh yeah. It wouldn't shock me if he doesn't.
Yep.
Did you see the video from when he got hurt?
No.
It's ugly. I'd be
So-
like, nope. It was an ugly. Thank you, Lisa T, for putting that up there.
Oh, Coach is on?
Oh, it's Coach here. Hey, Coach. Good evening, sir.
So yeah,
Good
I don't think I
evening.
care about any of these other people. I mean, like I'm scrolling through, but it's like trash.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
little more trash with a side of trash.
but we're at that point in the year too. So, for those of you playing fantasy, we talked about the bipocalypse. Like what, 3 weeks ago now. We're going into week 9 here, but
I
the
think
bipocalypse starts, week 6, and all you need is a couple of injuries, and once you get into the the bye week portion, especially in fantasy, man, it's like a crapshoot. You got to be really, really on top of who's in, who's out, who's on bye, and know who's on your waiver wire, like who's a free agent, who's coming up, and know where you stand in terms of your waiver pick. I mean, that's what you're living and dying by, the waiver wire, all the way to playoffs.
So we can go through these, but who do you think is probably the number one pick this
For
week? Waiver.
to waiver wire.
And I'm about to smack you upside the back of the head because the answer is Boston Scott. You
I
should
was-
have picked him up last week
I
and
was
you were
gonna
like,
say
who's
White.
that Scott?
I'm like, who's Boston Scott?
No, Boston Scott is the
Boston
answer.
Scott.
What did he get,
And-
like 28 points this week or something?
Yeah,
stupid?
he was like high, and believe it or not,
I'm gonna smack
White
you.
out of New York
Oh yeah, I would pick him up.
I would pick him up. I would definitely pick him up.
You know what, though? Be careful. Like, he's only worth your time until Zach Wilson's available again. Even though he looked better than Zach Wilson, there's plenty of times that we've seen rookie quarterbacks come in first game. They look great because
Now matchups,
random accident.
obviously matchups help, and the matchup last week
But
helped White.
even
but
if he does
looked
good,
really good.
But even if he does good, do you think the Jets are going to admit we messed up? We picked the wrong
Oh
quarterback?
no, of course not.
Right. So when Zach Wilson comes
They're gonna
back,
put him back in.
he gonna play.
Although, and I frowned upon it weeks ago, and it was right. But now I may have had a turn of like a change of heart,
For who?
because I do think you should at least monitor Crowder.
Oh yeah. He'd be worth
Because
it, maybe.
a few weeks back I was kind of like crowded. I'm like, nope, no way.
Yeah, with all these bye weeks,
But
for sure.
now with the bye weeks, he would be somebody great to stash on your bench. You need to tear off 6, 7, 8 points.
That's who I want. If you need a wide receiver
Yep.
and you need him long term, I would look and see if Brandon Ayuk is available.
Ayuk.
He had let me check out his targets. He didn't do he did better than he has been doing, but
There was actually rumblings of him being in a trade package and coming to New England.
yeah, because
The
we have
last
such
couple
a
of
good
days.
relationship with Kyle Shanahan.
Well, you know.
Maybe they would have given him to us if we really went back on the Jimmy Garoppolo deal.
Hey,
which
Joe.
we probably had. It was
Right.
probably like a secret,
Yeah,
we're
there's
gonna take
like-
him back, and I bet it was like, yeah, Mac's doing good, so you can keep your garbage. And now Kyle Shanahan's like, well, then I'm gonna keep my other people's. I bet that's gonna happen. But anyway, he
I
had
like Jimmy G.
6.5 points, but these are his targets. Look at this week.
Right.
7 targets.
And I think you caught how many of them? 6?
He caught 4.
4?
The number's right next to it.
What do you have? He was 7 of
7.
4 and how many yards? Like 38? 45. There we go.
One-
So
1-2 point.
you gotta watch. I would watch him. I don't know. I mean, he wouldn't be the first guy to jump to the start, but if you got somebody on bye and you need a good filler,
Look, I mean, I'm seeing right now, looking at ownership percentages. It's saying you should look for Kadarius Toney. Are you kidding me? He's not available.
no.
But I would be interested in Hunter Renfrow just to
Yep.
see what they do with Henry Ruggs probably not playing. I would think
probably
that he's.
I would say Renfro's going to be high in the list. And
you guys think he's gonna play? I don't think he's gonna play.
I'd have to
Ruggs.
look. I think I have him actually.
But he's about half owned in Yahoo leagues.
Yep.
So, I would look for him.
And then, so Van Jefferson, I had mentioned a few weeks back, and he really hasn't done much. But now, I would think that you've got to at least watch him. I don't know if I'd pick him up quite yet, unless you were really deep, really, really deep. I think you need to keep an eye on him.
I would look in your leagues for Devonte Parker.
Yes, if he's not available,
He's about in half leagues.
he would be. So it's funny if you look at his numbers. Right, he was playing and then he got hurt for a while. Obviously, he didn't have any numbers, but since he's come back, his numbers have actually, like last week, he got decent points.
Yeah.
This past week, so he's going to become the main target down there now.
But I mean, next week I'm a little less interested. But this week against Houston, then they've got Baltimore and the Jets. Yes.
And you may even
Sign me up for. I would take him for all 3 of those. If Devonte Parker's there, he'd be definitely somebody that would be probably like a wideout 2, maybe in the event of getting a touchdown, a 1. He might surprise you on a
And
few
I think you could even think about taking Miami's defense this week only because of their matchup.
100%. I don't know if
So-
you heard me tell the producer that, but yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's what she asked at the beginning.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'll be honest with you.
100%.
I was focused on the chat, but Miami has a really good matchup this week because they're playing Houston. So couldn't go wrong with Parker going forward for the year.
I think
but
they're
their
getting
defense, so.
Tyrod back, so maybe they'll do a little better. But I think that Miami would be a safe, solid score for a defense for you.
I would agree. Yep. And then who else do we got here?
Crowder.
Oh, the guy at the bottom of the list. I actually had to
Agnew?
go and look. I'm like, who?
I've seen him.
Jamal Agnew.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is
No,
somebody.
But you're missing the most important part is that Russell Gage is here, and we never mentioned that what's his face is taking time off of football.
Oh, not Patterson. It was Ridley.
I don't know
Ridley
why
is
did
taking
that, when
time
did that
off.
not
Why
come
didn't
up in
I don't know why that didn't come up
news?
in the feed.
But yes, I would say if I'm looking at these, now this is like a ranking from somebody else. My interest would be probably first Russell Gage, especially if you're looking at like just this week, because who knows when Calvin Ridley will be in or out. He could be mental time. He could be out for 1 week. He could be out for 3 weeks. He could be out for the rest of his life.
And the
Who
next
knows?
3 weeks, he's got okay matchups. New Orleans, not a terrible matchup. Dallas might be kind of tough, but then he comes to New England. That's going to be a good matchup for
I'd
them.
pick up Russell Gage
So-
just because they're probably now. I bet Pitts is going to be the one that they target as the number one.
I would bank on it.
So defenses will cover him like double coverage, and then who's left? Russell Gage is probably your next best bet. So especially like this week and maybe going on for at least for a few weeks, I would say Russell Gage would be the one that I'd be the most interested in.
Yeah, Coach, I'd say Tyrod. I'd stream him too. If he's coming back, stream him.
Yeah. Out of these other receivers, if you needed like a solid like 6 points, I would be interested in Crowder, I guess.
Yeah. But
Ayuk would be probably the most interesting to keep if he's available to play in and out because he's getting more targets, and Debo got injured.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That I didn't hear.
He like got his like a high ankle sprain or something.
Oh, he'll be out for a little bit.
He might not be, but even if he isn't, he'll probably not be as good.
Rashad Bateman?
Bateman.
Bateman. I don't know.
Yeah, not so
Decent matchups though. Minnesota, but Miami and then Chicago.
Van Jefferson would be a good, like, if you're looking for a Hail Mary, if he scores, he'll score huge. Yeah, but out of the wide receivers, that's about the extent of my interest. Michael Carter, I would be astounded. I don't know why he's even listed on this waiver wire list. I don't think he would be available. You should have picked up Smooches before.
Smooches.
No, J.D. McKissick. But the answer is number one waiver wire pickup would be Boston Scott. I don't think... Miles Sanders is still... I think he's on IR, but he's out for... Is he out for the rest of the season?
I thought he was done for the year, but unless that got changed...
I don't think he
there was speculation that he wasn't coming back like last week. And I thought that announcement
short term IR. So you at least have him for this week, but I would be surprised if they rush back with the way that Boston Scott played.
Right. Yep.
So he would definitely be on my radar, especially for a 1 week rental. We were just talking about it. I'm not sure if we're playing the game of who's going to get more points, Jeremy Mcnichols or Adrian Peterson. I really firmly believe that Mcnichols will be the early down back.
Yeah.
And then
Peterson
they'll throw
will go
Peterson
to the goal line.
Goal and third down.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I think
until Peterson gets hurt again.
I think I'd want Adrian Peterson. That's my answer. I know it's got them ranked the other way, but I think
the next guy in line was an interesting choice because I've seen his name on like 3 different websites today as somebody to pick up, and that is Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, I would pick him up and hold him if you really are.
Stash him.
If you're digging deep, but
trash and stash.
I'd be more interested in. I'm seeing on here Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray's like
I've got him.
Yep, he's coming back. He's a solid, probably 10 points, maybe more. On a good week, which looks like they have 2 good weeks after this week coming up.
Yeah, a great schedule. Minnesota, so that's going to go either way. Then they have Miami and Chicago.
Yep.
So those are 2 really good matchups. Yep.
Play Latavius Murray.
Yep.
I think I would play him this week too. It's, like I said, I mean, crap. I had Dalvin Cook. I got like 4 points. I'd rather have played a running back that's going to give me a solid 10.
Hell, I'd even take 8.
Yep.
So.
And I would kind of maybe keep my eye on Jermichael Hasty because I think that Elijah Mitchell also maybe I'm getting mixed up. I think Elijah Mitchell hurt his ribs.
Yes, he had a rib injury, and I thought
he still played though.
They weren't broken. I thought it was like
bruised ribs or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat Fryermuth. Remember I told you to pick him up? Do it.
Right. That was the number 1 guy this morning.
Yeah.
I was reading about.
And did you say, Cole
I was like,
said?
Oh, she said pick him up like 3 weeks ago.
Nobody listened to me. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's the same. I'm looking at this trash that's in the tight end position.
All right, so it's funny you mention that because now I see like
trash.
Right, like down the bottom, Conklin. I'm like,
no.
Who would want to pick him up?
I'd be more interested. I see Dan Arnold.
Ingram. Who would want to pick him up?
Ingram got a touchdown last night.
Woohoo!
So did Kyle Rudolph.
Right. I mean,
I would have been more interested in
I don't know.
Evan Ingram had he gotten traded today.
Mm.
Because I thought he was going to.
Yeah.
But he did not. So
Dan Arnold's an interesting name up there.
yeah, he's got a huge target share for
Mhm.
Jacksonville. And he's pretty good. He's just, what is it? This is his second year?
Second year.
He came from the Cardinals.
Yep, and he's got.
And then he went to the, he
I
got
thought
traded,
Was he in the Jets?
Panthers. And then he got, so he was a Cardinal, then he got traded to the Panthers, and then this year they
Jacksonville.
traded him to Jacksonville.
He's got good size and he's got really good hands.
Uh-huh.
He's not the fastest tight end though, and I think that's if he can get a little more speed, he'd be.
I think
really
if you
good
believe
about
in Jacksonville improving for
Wow.
the rest of the year, which they will, they have a good schedule going
it.
forward.
They do.
Side note, if you
This
have,
week's a little tough with Buffalo, but
yeah, but if you're looking for a quarterback to hold maybe for the rest of the season, maybe even into the playoffs as a second quarterback as an emergency, maybe you, some leagues have that you can't like change any of your roster toward the in your playoffs.
towards the end, yeah.
So it depends on how long your playoffs are. You might want to pick up Trevor Lawrence as just like a flyer. He's not that good. I wouldn't play him on the regular. I'd hope to God get a better quarterback. But I think they will get better, and I think that you'll see that Dan Arnold will be more worth your time. But as far as tight ends, I mean, Pat Freiermuth gets he's probably, honestly, have you seen him?
I've not watched him
I
play.
think he looks better than Kyle Pitts. I think he just
Really?
got put in a worse situation.
Really?
And it would have been a better situation if Ben wasn't so old.
And moving like he's got cement legs.
He's always moved like he had
Oh
cement
my
legs.
god.
And he even has like a saggy ass. Like he's got, like he feels like he's got rocks.
That thing. It's
in
like
his butt.
pancakes that were just
Yeah.
left to not cook
They
all the way.
Yeah, they jiggle, and sag. and-
I do.
Yeah, but you're not an NFL quarterback.
It's very true,
Remember what I said about these are the 32 best people in the world?
right?
God help us. Okay? Anyway. Yeah, I'm not
That's
interested in the rest of them. Freiermuth, yes. If you need a tight end,
Yeah.
if you need a tight end for the rest of the season, that's your
That's the
last
one.
hope. I promise you, nobody else is going to come along. That is your last hope. Put in your waivers for him, and hope that he does better. Hope that he's a serviceable tight end for you.
I may have to put in for him in one of my leagues. I don't know.
His matchups going forward will be fantastic. At least for the next 3 weeks that I can see. But
It's gonna be ours. I think Fant was in our league. Yeah, you'll probably see me trying to scoff one of these
yeah,
trash buckets in tomorrow.
Well,
Duke Mom, you like that?
yeah, it's true. Oh, defensive streams for the week.
Hey, Mikey G.
The Saints against Atlanta. Yep.
Yes, I would take the Miami.
I would go for the Miami first in my heart. I don't know. That's just
Dallas.
my soul play.
I would. I would take, if you need a defense to stream, whoever's playing Houston, take that defense.
You know what though? Like, I don't know how your leagues work, but every time I listen to like analysts, they're always like, "Oh yeah, nobody blah blah blah. Nobody owns 2 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league." I'm like, "Have you seen my league? Everybody who has 2, and some of them have 3. I don't
3.
even understand.
3.
I have like
3.
that's like this week. I'm like, I hope Kyler's not hurt because that's who I have, and he like might be questionable, like whatever. I'm like, I'll take half a Kyler before I'll pick up this. I don't even know who's available because everybody, literally, there are teams that own 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, I know.
I'm listening to some of these. They're like, "Oh yeah, I can stream Derek Carr for the next few weeks. He's gonna be great." I'm like, he's owned.
That's the problem I'm having now in my PPR league.
You have 2 quarterbacks.
I have I have
You
1.
have a super flex league.
I have
Just a flex.
Just a flex. So I have Tom Brady. Guess who's on bye this week?
Yeah.
Tom Brady. And there's not very much. There's slim pickings to choose from at quarterback. So
Carson Wentz. Probably not.
I don't think so. I gotta
Anyway, we'll
look.
get there. But, yeah, defenses, you're probably scraping the bottom of the barrel because the reason I brought up this topic is for some unknown godly reason, the people in my league also own 2 defenses. And there's still nobody available to pick
Yeah,
up in the other
I
positions.
don't
I don't
understand
know
that
how the hell
either.
they're holding all this in their rosters and they're able to succeed. And I'm over here
Like struggling. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Me too.
It's yeah.
I'm middle of the pack at
I
best,
can't.
and I'm like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking more than likely you'll find the Dolphins. You might find the Saints. I'd be amazed if you found these two. No way.
yeah, I
No way.
don't think so. This would be tough. That would be tough.
Beyond that, hope that
Carolina
maybe,
against New England? Maybe. It depends upon what Patriot offense shows up. Really?
I wouldn't. Here's why. I think that the Panthers' offense is so bad that our defense will keep them off the field. Like, I think that we're going to be, like, holding them down, and it's going to be the most boring game you ever watch.
No, I'm saying picking up Carolina as a defense against New England. Again, it depends upon what Patriots team shows up to play on Sunday.
But what
I don't know.
We see the over-unders, see what they think the score is going to
Yeah,
be.
I gotta try to
But
pull them up here.
I'm not playing that game. Except, unfortunately, I do have the Patriots. I wouldn't even want the Patriots.
I have Carolina in one of my leagues. I can't
Yeah,
remember
but what are you
which
going to
one.
do? You're not going to get something better, probably.
No, not at all.
Quarterback streamers, yeah, I'd look for Carson Wentz. In my leagues, Tua's own, Derek's own. Taysom Hill would be you'd have to use a waiver. You'd definitely have to
You
use
would
a
have
waiver.
to use a waiver.
Or Fab.
I could only imagine if he was not on waiver. I'd be shocked if he was just kind of sitting on the wire and was a free agent.
Yeah. Taysom Hill's probably the only one you can get. Like, deep for 1 week at least. If you need a 1 week rental, not even on this list,
Yeah.
I'd look at Mike White.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'd be. I think he may be the first one I go for this week.
I would go for Taysom Hill against the Falcons first. For
Who's
sure.
he playing?
The
Yeah, so
Falcons.
Hill's got the Falcons.
I'm
Wentz.
betting you, if your
Tua.
leagues are anything like a real life league, like both of mine, Carson Wentz isn't available. Tua Tagovailoa is not
Not
available.
available.
Derek Carr is not available. The answer is you're going to either put in a waiver for Taysom Hill or wake up at 2 o'clock in the
And-
morning and pick up Mike White.
If you listened to me early this year, I said if you don't have Derek Carr, you should pick him up because like week 3, he was like the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, and listen to his upcoming matchups. The Giants this week,
Yay!
Kansas City, who's trash,
Right? I don't know why this year, but
and the Bengals.
so if you can get Derek Carr,
Oh, the Bengals been all
pick him
right.
up.
But yeah,
They're actually NFL ranks them as power ranking as number 11,
the whole team. Yeah,
which
but
surprised me. I was
but
like, the
their
Bengals?
defense. Well-
I guess.
let's have a look. As far as fantasy football goes,
I just had
no, I don't want to trade.
the
Is that one
NFL
of
site,
the just
NFL.com, had the Bengals, to my surprise, listed as power ranked, listed as number 11. I was kind of like, I don't know about that.
Let us look and see if I needed to see all of the defenses for the whole season. The Bengals are.
That's right. I reset every month.
They would be the 15th ranked defense. So
15th ranked
Yeah.
defense? Really?
that's not good. That's not good.
No, but I'm surprised. Well, on Yahoo, they're ranked 15th, right?
These are
Or
fantasy
is that
scores. sir.
fantasy scores?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're 15th. How the NFL ranks them overall at 11 is beyond me. It's
And-
literally like, a third of your team is ranked below 11. I don't get it.
I mean,
Um,
they're 5-3, right?
They are.
But I assume that
What's up,
that's,
Pierce?
I don't think that's the defense's fault.
No,
necessarily.
no, not at all.
Like I think that the Bengals' offense is quite good.
Have
Which
you
is-
watched them at all?
A
Oh, a little?
You still haven't given me the password
I haven't.
to the Sunday ticket.
which just renewed. I went, what is this? Because I thought I had the student version.
Yeah.
I did. So last year, when I got it last year, I used my
You know what I
student
got?
account.
I got a daddy
And I got it for
email
free.
address. Wait, can I get it for free?
Yeah, log in with your work email stuff.
I mean, I'm a student. Wink, wink,
Right.
wink.
I mean, I really am a student, but.
Daddy to you. Wink, wink, wink. How long will they let me be a student?
Well,
No, the way they give it to students for free.
But at least last year it was. I got it for free last year.
Yeah, so they can dangle the carrot.
Well, I guess because
Well,
this
now
year.
I'm halfway through the season, so I'm gonna save it till next year.
Yeah,
My
save
free
it to
season.
next year. Be using the title.
I don't know what
Be
is
using the title. What title?
I don't know, man.
What
You got-
on that. Yes, I know what you mean now. Yes,
But you
I
got your-
did take that under advisement.
You got your over unders.
Yeah, I got the over unders ready to go.
Okay. Well, let's talk.
Yeah. So everything's reset, by the way. So for those of you just joining us, hope you've smashed that like button. I appreciate it. So first of the month, I reset all the points, and I've adjusted stuff. So if you notice, the Stream Boss now only has 300 hit points. So basically, if we get a new subscriber, it'll be easier for those of you that decide you want to hit the tip jar. It'll be a little bit more competitive going forward, because I was originally when the stream started tonight, I was the Stream Boss, and as you can see, Triton is taken over. He wanted his throne back, so yep. And now we earn Squatch Bucks. I like that name. That's the name we're gonna run with. So all right, so let's get into it. For those of you, since we're getting towards the end of the stream anyways, for those of you that are into the real gambling aspect of stuff, here we go. So we got the Jets at the Colts.
I was like, what in the world are you talking about?
It's a 10.5 point spread, and the Colts are favored at a -500, with the under/over being 46.5.
Really?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's the Jets. It is the Jets. If it wasn't the Jets, I'd maybe raise a little bit more of an eyebrow. But given the performance last week,
Maybe Mike White. Yeah, maybe.
you know, I guess
They're gonna fight tooth and nail to not look like they suck. I'm
Yes,
sorry, Robert
they
Saleh.
are.
Still suck.
they are. So the
Come on.
Falcons and the Saints. The Saints are favored. 6-point spread. 42 is the under/over. That seems about right.
Yeah, I assume that the Saints are gonna score a lot,
A lot.
and then I don't know if it'll really be 6 points. I think it'll probably be a little more than that.
So this one here is interesting to me. The Vikings and the Ravens. So it's a 5.5 point spread, which doesn't seem abnormal. And the Ravens are favored to win. It's they're -250. The Vikings are +200. So it's fairly close who could win, but it's a 49.5 point spread.
Yeah.
So they're
So come on, Dalvin Cook. You
Right.
burned me last week,
right.
buddy.
So they're thinking that somebody is about to score a huge amount of points.
Both of them.
But I don't know if they both can.
Yeah, they will. It'll be.
I mean, Minnesota can't get out of their own way lately.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's what scares me about the 49.5.
Oh, I definitely believe that I'm not sure that I believe the 5.5 spread,
No.
but
no,
I do
wouldn't
believe
buy
it'll be.
that,
I bet it'll be a high scoring game.
Man, that's a lot.
It's gonna be wild. No, but think about how many points has Adam Thielen been getting, and Justin Jefferson could come back. You know what I mean?
Look at this. This is awesome. Coach, you're going to like this. Brian K will like this.
Why?
Lily will like
Why
this.
are you gonna be? You're surprised?
No, but I just like it when I see the minus with that number next to it. So the Bills and Jacksonville, obviously the Bills are going to win. They are a -1,000, which is like almost a surety when you're looking at this stuff. 14.5 point spread with a 48.5 under over.
Whoa. Okay, I'm checking out some trades that I'm reading the whole list of trades.
Yep.
The trades, the Chiefs traded Duvernay Tardif to the Jets for a tight end.
Yes.
Wait, what? I missed that. All right, keep going. I'll be reading this.
I mentioned that before we started.
Oh, no. I was setting up my thing.
I know. The Patriots and the Panthers.
You also thought that Melvin Ingram was...
I did. I was like, Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, I was like, you mean Mark Ingram?
No, I'm the wrong Ingram.
Melvin Gordon? Which one are you talking about? Different.
Patriots are favored over the Panthers. 3.5 points. 41.5 under over. The Raiders and the Jets. The Raiders are minus 160 at a 3-point spread. 47 even under over. That I like that game. I like that game, and I'll tell you why. Because I think I do think the Raiders are going to win. I think they're going to not only beat the spread, but I would take the over also. That's what I'm thinking.
What? Y'all that are in your do or die leagues there, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win. Did you see the way they played last night?
Yeah, I know. They looked better than they have.
They looked good, and I bet the Raiders will be rattled from their Henry Ruggs.
Maybe? Or they're going to rally.
I don't think so.
I hope they rally.
I think that could be an upset for this
I need
week.
Renfro to have a huge week.
I didn't say that he wouldn't score points. I'm just saying that I think the Jets have a chance to win that game. The Giants.
It's getting late. It's been a long day.
Well, you took it away.
Sorry.
It's a lot to think about.
The Broncos and the Cowboys.
Who are we?
What are we doing here? The Cowboys are minus 450. It's a 10-point spread there, and a 49.5 point under over. Now with Von Miller gone,
See ya, Broncos.
Yeah, like 10 points, sure. 10 point. You might as well give him 20 points at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good money, coach. Real good money. Castor oil. When we said it wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. So the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals are favored. 3-point spread.
What are they called? Survivor leagues?
46.5 under over. Yeah, Survivor leagues. Texans and Miami. We talked about them a couple times tonight. Miami is favored. 6.5 point spread. 46 under over. 6.5 point spread, huh? I could see Miami winning by a touchdown.
Pierce wants to know if you checked the... You didn't say the Lions yet, did you?
I have not come up to the Lions yet.
Yeah, so keep listening, Pierce.
I've not
We're
come
getting
up.
there.
We're getting there, though. Chargers and Eagles. Chargers are favored. After this past week, maybe it has scared Vegas into throwing out some really tight numbers. Because maybe I think they're a little trigger shy with the Chargers. Because I would say before this last week with the Patriots that this game would be at least a 3-point spread and a definite win for the Chargers. But now...
Yeah, there's a chance that, with
think,
enough study, they could see kind of some openings against the Chargers. But
How are the Lions on here?
right there. Keep going.
This is the 14th.
Oh, that's... Oh, maybe he did pass it.
Are they on bye this week?
Wouldn't that be funny?
I think they must be on bye this week because I don't remember doing the
Maybe we
Lions.
can
Did I?
see.
Nope. They're going to be on bye. So, all right. So the Cardinals and the 49ers, another tight game.
They are on bye.
They are on bye, right? So the Lions are on bye week. Another tight game. It is a minus 110 for both teams with a 1-point spread and a 45 under over, meaning that it's really like a pick'em game. That's what you would consider a pick'em game. So if you are going to bet the Cardinals and the 49ers, you are betting winner, you are betting point spread. I would stay away from the under over though, because if they are both at a minus 110, which means they both have an equal chance at winning, that's really a toss-up. Pick which one you like better. The 1-point spread is so close. One team has to win by 1 point. Easily, right?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, especially as a fantasy owner of multiple Cardinals and multiple 49ers.
Right.
I really don't think it will be a high-scoring game. The only hope that I can have is that I sit my 49ers with Mitchell and Debo potentially injured, that they might do a little worse. And
Let's see.
Maybe the Cardinals can exploit that. That would be my only hope. But the fact, I mean, bye weeks, you can't sit anybody. If Kyler plays, I'm not gonna sit him.
No.
You know, I won't sit Debo, even if he's nursing an injury.
Mm-mm.
He can't do it.
So,
Ugly. I don't like it.
You said it's the only way they can't lose is when the Lions are on bye week. You're right. So look at, there's a bright side to everything, Piers. 50 Arizona. Another 50 they call for tails. That's great, Coach.
Yeah. It's about how I feel.
The last 3 games we got the Packers and the Chiefs.
Wow, they really think that too, huh?
Yeah, so they're thinking this is a close game. So they got the Packers at -105 and the Chiefs at -115. 1 point spread, 54.5 under/over. This is almost the exact same thing. It's almost a pick'em game.
I think the Chiefs have lost their soul. They
I
sold it to Ursula.
They've sold
It's
it to
done.
Ursula.
It's done.
So yeah, I don't. There's another game like pick
I
it.
did not like
think
what
I would
I
take
saw.
the Packers though.
I 100%.
I think I would take the Packers at this point.
Them Chiefs, they're like beating dogs.
Save money. You're right, Coach. It is save money. What is that?
He's talking about that, yeah.
Yeah. So the Titans and the Rams. The Rams are obviously favored to win. 7.5 points, 53.5
Gee, I bet
under over.
almost anybody that plays the Titans for the rest of the season is favored to win, except for maybe the Lions.
I would, except for the Lions.
I don't even know if they're playing them.
I would probably say yes, and I would think whoever's playing the Rams is probably going to be
well, now they got
favored to
Von Miller,
lose.
so
Right.
good luck.
Right. And then the final game, which brings us into Monday night, is the Bears and the Steelers. Steelers are favored at a -275, 6.5 points, and a 40 for an under/over.
But
So
who knows if you got a pancake ass for your quarterback? Maybe not.
pancake ass for
It's
a
like,
quarterback.
hey, hand it off to
Oh,
Najee.
that's great.
Good thing I got Najee.
So,
Oh, we're supposed to talk about transaction trends.
yep.
That's the last thing
That's the last thing we talk about. Transaction
I'm sorry,
trends.
I got distracted.
And if you want our thoughts and opinions on stuff, well, you can ask away. Oh, Joseph, your Bears will lose. They probably will. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a 25% chance out of any of the games in the season that the Bears might win.
Carditis.
All right, transaction trends. Yeah, Boston Scott, we knew that. Who does it? Like, why is it showing me these transaction trends? Who doesn't have waivers? Who in their league is allowing people to pick somebody up, like, instantly? That's baloney. If that is your league, you need to join a real one.
I don't know, like, you know what? That's kind of mimicking real life, right? Because if you do a trade, the NFL almost never says no.
Yeah, but there's always, like, time for another team to go, like, hey, though, I'm going to give you another 2 picks if you pick my trade instead. So it's not like just, like, see you out the door. Anyway, yeah, Boston Scott, 100%. That's a transaction that I would make. We already talked about that. The Dolphins for a 1 week, at least. Let's see. Do they have anything? Are they worth keeping for 2 weeks, maybe? No.
Probably not.
That would be the Ravens, so no. But yeah, for 1 week. Jeremy Mcnichols, I really think that Adrian Peterson is the better pick. So I don't know why he's higher.
I think he's going to
to
get more points because I do think he's probably going to stuff it in at the goal line.
He's going to get the goal work and he's going to get third down. And if he gets moving, he's not stopping.
He can't. They have to bring the wheelchair out for him.
Yeah, if he stops too long, he gets a little stiff. You're going to see him on the sideline riding the bike.
The trainer will be over there with a little icy hot on his knees, giving him the Geritol.
Just a little bit. You need some cortisone, boy.
A little cortisone.
The Pittsburgh defense against the Bears. Yeah, I don't remember who just said that they love the Bears, but again, I'm sorry. Yes.
Joseph.
Oh, sorry. Joseph. So that's 4. Peterson is the next one. I would think that I would want him. He's the 5th transaction. I would put him up right. I would switch him and Mcnichols. That would be my inkling is
Yeah.
yes. Because they didn't trust Mcnichols enough to give him work with. I know it was behind Derrick Henry and he's amazing, but that's beside the point. Taysom Hill, that's the next one. For sure. If you need a quarterback and you really need one now, there's your Hail Mary.
There it is.
I mean, if you
Gonna get you some points.
he probably get you good points for the rest of the year.
I mean, even if he only got you 15.
He runs a lot and
You
he
know.
gets into the end zone himself a
Yeah,
lot. So
so-
I would be willing to. And you get, most leagues, you could check your scoring, but most leagues you get more points for rushing yards than you do passing yards. So it's definitely worth that. Carlos Hyde? Crap. I know, you said watch him. No thank you.
I would watch him. I don't know if I'd pick him up right away, but you got to see what he trends at.
He had, last week, 9 rush attempts.
How many yards? Probably not many, right?
No.
Did he break 30?
He had 32.
32. All right, so a little less
He
than
had-
4 yards a carry,
He had 8 receptions.
which is great. So if you're in a PPR league,
Maybe. Yeah, if you're in a
you might want to
standard,
think about him. But in the
standard
standard
league,
league,
he's not worth it. He's not. I would literally rather have Latavius Murray in a standard league. Dan Arnold. I still think Dan Arnold is going to be worth your time as they get better. He scored, we have a non-PPR league, but he got 6.8 points last week. He had 10 targets, 8 receptions for 68 yards.
Yep.
So, and that's, his usage it's gone up relatively. I mean, they had a bye week last week, but if you go back,
How many looks did he have the
week-
2 weeks before?
8
How
and
many
5.
targets? 8 and 5? Yeah, so they're using him more.
Right. Well, he started so when he became a Jaguar, he had 2 targets the first week, but it was like a short. He was only there for like 2 days, and then he's had 8, 5, and 10
8, 5, and 10. So
since then. So
they're
would say,
incorporating him.
yeah, I think they're interested in using him. I would definitely, if you don't get Pat Fryermuth and you've got tight end problems, I would definitely
one.
pick him up. That's all you got left, really. If
That's
Pat
it.
Fryermuth is listed as the next one, I would be more interested in him first, just because of the offense that he's on. He had a bye week last week too, and he had 7 receptions this week and a touchdown, of course.
Awesome.
7 receptions the week before. And the week before that was only
How many
2.
touchdowns has he had all year?
On the season?
Yeah, what's his season? Is it just that one?
2.
2. Okay.
But he looks really good. Like, when you watch him play, he looks phenomenal.
Decent.
Yeah. So, and is that 10, 2, 4, 6, 8? Oh, the last one is Van Jefferson. We already talked about him. He's a touchdown or bust kind of guy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
although he did have the last 2 games, he had 6 targets and 7 targets. That's a lot from Matt Stafford. I mean,
Which is incredible.
right. And in fact, maybe it would be worth
Leg day.
holding on
Leg
to
day.
him just to find out, to see if Aaron Donald and Von Miller can crush every other offense and leave their offense on the
Yeah.
field. Like, if they just shut them
Like
down
forever.
and knock them right down.
Yep. Like 3 and out all the
'Cause
time.
if they're, I don't care if it's garbage time, especially if it's garbage time. Give me Van Jefferson. They'll
Yep.
sit everybody else.
3 and out all the time. That wouldn't surprise me. I think you're going to see it's probably going to take Von Miller like 2 weeks to really kind of settle in, because now he's going to learn all this new terminology when he's coming over from a place.
Yeah, but isn't
that
he's
he's
like
been at
something
forever,
ridiculous?
but-
Like, I forgot.
You got to give that defense probably like 2 weeks to adjust.
Game stats.
Hey Max, we're still here. We're just wrapping up.
He's
Want to
got
be done in the next couple of minutes.
Von Miller has on the Broncos. He's had 4.5 sacks on the season.
Whew,
this season.
all right. Oh yeah.
So that's this year total. He opted out last year. He had 8 in 2019. So he's definitely regressing, but
Well, but maybe the year off though, he's rejuvenated. He's not as beat up. He's a little older, right? How old is he
32.
now? 32. So he's like at the tail end of his career too. But he still can't hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be sad to have him as a pass rusher on my team.
No.
Although I'm all about you, Matthew Judon. Thank you. You stay here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're
Absolutely.
not kidding.
Josh Uche, I'll keep you.
Yep. Well, so is that it?
Yes,
I think
sir.
we're going to call it a week.
Nobody asked any questions or anything, right?
No, I don't see any questions.
Because they don't want our advice. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want my advice either. I don't have any questions for you. See,
I have 0 questions. There is another stream starting though in a few minutes. So make sure you go out and you go over and check out Sam's channel.
Can you wait 4 more minutes, Triton says.
Can I wait 4 more minutes? Yes.
Why? So they get an extra set of points? Like that? How can Triton ask us to stay for 4 minutes when Triton doesn't know anything about foosball?
That's true. We should make him answer a question.
Or ask a question. Alright, let's ask Triton a question.
Well, I don't
You
know.
got any sit decisions and see what Triton does? Maybe Triton's the secret. He doesn't know what's happening.
Actually, that may be like that whole like beginner's luck thing. He's just like gonna throw darts and
I don't have...
win $1 million.
Alright, let's... No, I don't want to... I'm not gonna... I don't really want to stake my soul on it, but let's try this, okay?
I don't want to stake my soul on it.
Triton.
Oh,
I know you have no idea what this means. Robert Woods against the Titans or Chase Claypool against the Bears.
Ooh. So Woods or Claypool, which one?
Yep. This week.
Let's see what he says.
I know what the analysts say and I know what my heart says, and they're two different things. That's what I said, Triton.
See, that's what I would have picked.
That's what I said.
Yep.
And you know what's going to happen? It's going to bite me in the keister.
It'll be Claypool.
100%. He's sucked ass for weeks, and it's definitely going to be Woods. But we'll find out, because that's who I put in, so we'll see. We'll see if that kills me. It probably will. You should ask Triton a question about your lineup.
I know. I should be like, who should I pick up this week? But my lineup's on my phone.
Where's your phone? Oh, right.
Where's your phone? Right there.
Don't you have, like, can't you run one of your old phones as the
I can.
stream
I
phone or
should.
something?
I should see if they'll
For,
take
like, when
a
you're
charge.
home or anything? Yeah, why wouldn't it? It's an iPhone. Shouldn't it work good?
Joe says, anyone against the Bears. Whoever's playing the Bears, just pick them.
I don't believe in Chase Claypool or Big Ben.
Coach! Peace. Coach, if you're lifting, man, and do some cardio, come out here and do a triathlon. It ends at a beer place.
You could start with a 5K and then ends at a beer place. It's a little easier.
I did my first day of couch to 5K today.
I
I was feeling good after, even up to now, I'm feeling okay. It's tomorrow morning that will, it'll kick me in the rear.
I feel quite sore from that. I forgot that the Monster Dash was more uphill than I remembered.
Yeah, like half of it.
I was dying at the end of that tunnel. It's like, well, it wasn't too bad. Like when we went, you guys watched, I'm sure some of you, but like we went up and then we'd go across. Like across wasn't bad.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh yeah, that bus tunnel. I thought it like went down a little bit and then went up. It was like down for 10 feet and then up for
like 3,000
and
yards.
And it was terrifying. Like not in the way that like they had it haunted. It was like running to my death.
Yeah.
Because you could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
You literally could see
and I'm
it.
sitting there going like, the thing ain't getting no closer, and I'm running uphill dying. And it was my sprint, so like I'm doing couch to 5K, but I'm running the whole time. So Sean's doing couch to 5K. If you've never done it, it's a free app you can download.
It's good.
And it has
June,
you,
coach. June, gotta be ready for June.
Yeah, it has you run for like
Devorah.
a minute, and then you walk. And I think the first week it has you do like 6 runs or something like that.
Yeah, 6 runs. Yes, 6 runs.
So I have it running, but I'm running the whole time, and then when it says to run, I just run faster. So I was on one of my fast runs. You know that one of my fast runs was 5 minutes of fast run up that tunnel, and it went all the way to the end of the effing tunnel.
Oh.
And I was dying, like, at the end. I was like, I don't even think my legs are going up. Like, I never stopped.
Although...
I don't think I ever bent my knees. They stayed solid, and I just kind of, like, rotated.
That's hilarious.
Like, they were just...
I will say that, considering I have not really gotten any physical activity in a couple of years, partly due to COVID, but partly because I've just been being lazy too, I was doing 17-minute miles for the 5K on Sunday. Today, I had a 14-minute mile.
That's good.
So...
I did my 10K that I did at the beginning of October, and then that one was like 3 weeks later. I shaved 1 minute and 15 seconds off of my per mile pace.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Except that I won't be able to run for a few weeks because of my minor procedure that I'm having.
Well,
So I'm just going to get to eat and slow down. That'll be fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, everybody go over, watch Sam. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on Thursday, where I pop open another one or two of Coach's special delivery care package beers, because that's what I'm saving them for, because they're really, really good. So we will see you all Thursday. And I don't know, we got to decide, I guess, if we're going to go somewhere Thursday. That's what we're going to talk about here. So, but y'all have a good night. I'll see you all. I'll pop into Sam's stream in a little bit. But thanks for being here. Make sure you smash the like button. If you have not already, please subscribe. We are trying to get to 200 subscribers, and we're almost there. We're at 180, so we want to up that number. And hopefully, I'm hoping by the end of maybe next week, in like the next 2 weeks, we'll be at the 200. We finally broke out of the 170, so... All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you. We'll see you all on Thursday, I guess. That's going to be the day. So as soon as I can get my fingers here to do